When someone says the word knight, what do you imagine? Do you think of a damsel rescuing do-gooder in gleaming plate armor? Or maybe a man on a horse with a long stick, trying to knock another man with a long stick off of his horse? How about a holy warrior? Or a grail seeker? Or a video game? Or even a superhero?
The truth, of course, is that all of these notions of knighthood are idealistic and stylized caricatures that bear little resemblance to the knight in history. As with most modern false notions of history, there is a kernel of truth in all of these depictions, but centuries of nostalgic embellishments have hidden the true origins of knighthood and been replaced with images from Hollywood films.
Knighthood began as a strictly secular and military institution. It was fighting, not faith, that defined the knightly class in its beginning. To become a knight, one simply had to be able to provide himself with armor and a horse and swear fealty to a lord.
The original ceremony involved an oath swearing allegiance to the Lord, not God, and the Lord offering a symbolic bit of mud to symbolize the land that was to be granted to the knight in exchange for his service.
It was not until the church got involved that the traditional ceremony of dubbing came into practice. Now the ceremony was much more formal, involving a strict oath of chivalry and loyalty to both the Lord and the church. Instead of mud, the newly minted knight received a slap in the face in order to help them remember their vows. And you thought the mud was bad.
As the church became more central in the development of knighthood, the role of knights changed from mercenaries to members of military orders. When Pope Urban II called for a crusade to the Holy Land, it was the knights who led the way. Various military orders, such as the Templars and the Hospitallers, arose to defend Jerusalem and Christian ideals throughout Europe and the Middle East.
Now let's take a look at how knights have been portrayed in popular films, and let's talk about what is accurate and what is pure invention.
Someday, I'll be a knight.
Yes, William. If he believes it enough, a man can do anything.
We could do this. In 1 month, we could be on our way to glory and riches none of us ever dreamed of.
You can't even joust.
I think he's getting worse. He is getting worse. I won't spend the rest of my life as nothing.
You have to be of noble birth to compete.
So we lie.
I have the pleasure of introducing to you a knight, sired by knights.
William Thatcher didn't make the rules. He was born
I've waited my whole life for this moment.
to break them.
Yes! Thank you, I'll be here all week.
Well, that was different. And you are? Ulrich von Liechtenstein from Gelderland.
Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein. I would have him win my heart.
You're my favorite knight.
He's won 4 tournaments in a row.
On a horse, that man is unbeatable.
If the nobles find out who you are, there'll be the devil to pay.
And pray that they don't.
Ulrich von Liechtenstein is not who he appears to be. They're going to arrest you. 12 royal guards.
I love you. Run, and I will run with you.
I will not run!
I'm a knight. I'm here to compete. Let's dance, you and I.
Your name makes no matter to me, just so long as I can call you my own.
Be without fear in the face of your enemies. Safeguard the helpless, even if it leads to your death. That is your oath. Rise a knight! Rise a knight!
What becomes of us?
The world will decide. The world always decides.
A new world. A better world than has ever been seen. There, you are not what you were born, but what you have it in yourself to be. A kingdom of conscience. Peace instead of war. Love instead of hate. That is what lies at the end of crusade.
You do every day, you will be a good man. What God desires is here and here.
Give me a war. That is what I do. Defend Jerusalem. That is your oath. The king has no need of a perfect knight.
I offer you the world.
You are a princess, and I am no lord. You have my love and my answer.
I go to pray. For what? For the strength to endure what is to come.
For centuries, countless tales have been told of the legend of King Arthur. But the only story you've never heard is the true story that inspired the legend.
Welcome to our table.
To you, noble knights, your discharge papers to freedom!
Before Arthur became king, he was a soldier who wanted to return home.
We have been fighting here for 15 years. I want peace, Lancelot. I've had enough.
Before Guinevere became queen,
My father told me great tales of you, Arthur and his knights.
she was a warrior, fighting for her people.
A vast and terrible army has come to destroy this country.
Before there was a legend,
these people need our help.
There was a man who would unite a nation.
This place, this land, is the last outpost of freedom, of everything you hold dear.
Lord, guide my hand and Excalibur. I am ready.
Knights, if this be our destiny, so be it. But let history remember that as free men, we chose to make it so.
Arthur, wherever I go on this island, I hear your name.
Mark my face. For the next time you see it, it will be the last thing you see on this earth.
Finally, a man worth killing.
There's a large number of lonely men out there.
Don't worry, I won't let them touch you.
1,000 years ago, there lived a man of honor and a creature of legend.
He's the greatest dragon slayer there is! I personally have seen him slaying almost 2 dragons.
Haven't had this sort of challenge in some time.
Not likely to again.
They were 2 sworn enemies.
How do you like the ride so far?
I will rid the world of every last one of you.
I am the last one. If you win, you'll be out of work.
Who formed an extraordinary alliance.
I hope you like it well done.
This knight is no dragon slayer.
We made a bargain, remember? 1 dragon put down, 1 bag of gold.
Well done, Boyd. That's even bigger than the last one.
Actually, it's about the same size.
This time I'll collect the money and you can die.
But when the forces of evil threatened the land,
Your kingdom mine, and there are worse fates than death. Father!
they found there is no honor
Men like you give people courage and hope.
without risk
I wanted to live!
and no friendship
But I ain't to die. You must destroy me.
without sacrifice.
I go to save the dragon. Who will go with me?
This summer, Universal Pictures presents a motion picture that will make you